In terms of a hung parliament, it's best explained by looking at what has happened over the last 4 general elections going back to 2005. In 2005 and in 2015, we did not have a hung parliament. By contrast, in both 2010 and 2017, we did. So if we look at those 4 briefly, first of all, taking 2005 and 2015, in both those general elections, we did not end up with a hung parliament. And the reason that we did not end up with a hung parliament in 2005 or 2015 was because in each of those general elections, one party won a sufficient number of MPs to command the confidence of the House of Commons, to have a simple majority in it. Labour Party formed a government in 2005, having won 355 MPs in the Commons. And 10 years later, in 2015, it was the turn of the Conservative Party. They had a majority, this time 330. So on both those occasions, you had one party, Labour in 2005, the Conservatives in 2015, who did not need to discuss with anybody else. They themselves had a simple majority, and therefore their choice of Prime Minister could command the confidence of the House of Commons. And that is the crucial test in terms of who becomes Prime Minister of the UK. The person invited by the Queen to be Prime Minister is the person who can best demonstrate that they can best command the confidence of the House of Commons. By contrast, in both 2010 and 2017, we ended up with what is called a hung parliament. And when we had that in 2010, it was the first time since 1974 that that had happened. Now, in this occasion, in 2010, for example, we had the Conservative Party winning 306 seats, so the biggest party with 306 MPs, but some way short of a majority in the House of Commons. Likewise, in 2017, the Conservative Party ended up with 317 seats. So again, a bit better than 2010, but some way short of a majority in the House of Commons. So when a party falls that bit short, then that is a hung parliament. 306, which the Conservatives had in 2010, 317, which they had in 2017. Neither of those figures are enough to, as a single party, form a majority government, for the simple reason that with those numbers, there is not a simple majority. And therefore, the person is in a weaker position to attempt to try and become Prime Minister. It does not mean that they cannot become Prime Minister, but the path to number 10 Downing Street, the home of the Prime Minister, is not so straightforward as it was, for example, in 2005 for Tony Blair or 2015 for David Cameron. On those occasions, in 2005 and in 2015, there was no hung parliament. One party had a majority.